Okay, question 1 says, all office furniture is on sale for 20% off at Staples. What's the sale price of a bookshelf if the original price of the bookshelf is $150? So right away in the question, we want to, if we see a ratio statement, we underline it. And the obvious ratio statement is going to be that percent number because percent is a ratio. So I've identified my ratio value, and so that 20% is going to go in my circle as 20 over 100 because that's what percent means. We should not go on until we label what the 20 is talking about. So they say all office furniture is on sale for 20% off at Staples. So the label up here is going to be off, which means the number over here is going to be how much off we're going to get. The only other number they tell us in the question is its original price is $150. I'm obviously not going to put that up top. I'm going to put that at the bottom because the bottom is always the original or the total. So I have $150. I now have the three numbers, so you can go ahead and multiply across. So you take 150 times 20 and divide by 100, and you get $30. So the number right here is going to be $30. We're going to be really careful to see if we're answering the question. The question is asking for the sale price. Sale price means what you're going to pay. So if we use the bottom, whether you use the bottom or not is not really important to me, but if it helps you, definitely go use it. So this original price is $150. We just figured off that we get $30 off. So now we just have to think what this means. It was $150, we get $30 off. What we're going to pay, we would just subtract those, and so we get $120. And now we need to go ahead and figure out the total cost of the bookshelf, including sales tax, if the sales tax is 5%. So what we're going to go ahead and do is immediately I notice that ratio value, so it's going to be right there. So 5 is going to be 5 over 100. And I'm going to go ahead and before I continue, and I'm going to label what that 5 is. So it's a 5% sales tax. So this top number up here is going to be my tax amount, which means the label over here is the tax amount. And it just says what's the total cost of the bookshelf, including the sales tax. It doesn't tell us the sales tax, so I don't know that number. And I do know the original price of the bookshelf. Now I've got to be careful. You only pay tax on what you're actually buying. So even though your bookcase was $150, you're only paying $120. So now you only want to pay tax on what you actually are, what your bill is. So your original bill is now $120. So I have my three numbers. So you can go ahead and you can multiply across. You can take 120 times 5 and divide by 100, and you're going to get 6. But we're going to see if that's the answer or not. The question says, what's the total cost of the bookshelf? It doesn't just ask for the tax. If it asks for the tax, we would be done. If they say how much tax, $6 in tax. But most of you probably can figure it out in your head. But if it helps you, definitely use this bottom line. 120 was the original price of the bookshelf. And then this number is $6 in tax. So therefore, we would pay, you have to pay taxes, unfortunately. You would have $126. Okay, in the second page, I'm sorry, it's pretty hard to read on your screen, but you have the piece of paper in front of you. So if you just read the paper, it's going to be a lot easier. It says, a few months ago, I had my eye on this really cool video game player that I wanted to buy. It originally cost $100, but I saw an ad in a newspaper that said it was reduced by 50%. So I rushed over to the store and was going to buy it. But when I got there, they told me this ad was very old. The game player was reduced by 50% a few weeks ago. But after this reduction, the price had recently been increased by 50%. So first it was discounted by 50%, then its price was increased by 50%. What do you think the price is now? So we're going to go ahead and figure out what really happens. It says first, so we're going to find the price after the discount of 50%. So I know it's discounted 50%, and so that ratio is going to go right here. So it's 50 over 100. And discounted means it's marked off, so I'm going to go ahead and label it off, and the amount here is off. Okay. At the top it says the original video game player was originally $100. That goes on the bottom. You can go ahead and multiply across and divide if you want, or if you did notice, the bottom isn't changing, the top isn't going to change. So go if you multiply across and divide, or if you just use common sense, it's going to be $50 off. But we're going to have to figure out, it doesn't say how much off, it's what are you going to pay. So if your original price was $100 and you're getting $50 off, you're going to subtract it, and now you're going to pay $50. Okay, so now that it was discounted, it was that way a week or two, and then they increased the price by 50%. So again, I'm going to go 50 out of 100, and this time they increased the price and went up. And we got to be careful because the original price now is not $100 anymore. Remember, it went on sale for $50. So now your original price is $50. So you can go ahead and multiply across and divide. And this is going to be your increase amount. Multiply across and divide, and you get the answer of 25. But it says find the price after the increase. So remember, the player was $50. They increased it 25. The new price that they're going to be charging is 75. Many people would normally think that if it's decreased 50% and increased 50%, you'd be back to the same amount. The reason you're not is because when you decrease it 50%, now you have a different number when you increase it 50%. So that's why your answers are going to be different. Okay, next question. If a fish tank that costs $80 is decreased in price by 20%, then increased by 20%, will the final cost of the fish tank equal the original amount of $80? And explain. So let's go ahead and start it. So we're going to do a discount first. So there's my ratio value. So 20% goes 20% off. So 20 over 100. And where the label is going to be off. So over here is how much off. The original fish tank is 80. So you can go ahead. You have your three numbers. You can multiply across. So you multiply the 80 times the 20. Divide by 100. And that answer is 16. But we are not looking for how much off. We're looking for the actual price after the discount. So if you started, the item was $80. We just figured out we'd get $16 off. We would have to subtract them, and you would have $64. Okay? And now we're going to increase the price 20%. So again, 20% means 20 out of 100. And we're going to increase, which means we're going to make it go up. And so the label over here is how much it's going to go up. And the only difference is the original price is not $80 anymore because it just went on sale for $64. So my original price is now $64. So we have our three numbers. So you can take 20 times 64, divide by 100, and you get 12.8. So if I have to figure out the sale price means what I'm going to pay, not how much it's increased. My original price was $64. It's going to increase $12.80. My new price is going to be, all we have to do is add them because it was increased. So that would be $76.80. So when you decrease an amount and then increase it the same amount, it's not going to be the same because you have a different value on the bottom. Okay. It says Levi's 560 jeans are on sale for 25% off the original price at Kohl's. The original price is $40. If you use a sale flyer coupon, after calculating the sale price, the cashier will deduct an additional 10% off from your purchase. Is the final price of the jeans 35%, which is 25 plus 10% off, the regular price? Explain. So they're saying you're going to get 25% off, and then you're going to get an additional 10. Is that the same as just saying that's the same as 35% off? So we'll figure that out. So how the stores really do it is this way. So they will get the 25% discount. So that's going to be a 25 over 100. That's your discount. And we're going to go, that's how much off. So over here is how much off. My regular price of the pants is 40. So you can go ahead and multiply across and divide. So you can take 40 times 25, divide by 100, and you're going to get $10. But we got to be careful. We get $10 off, and the question is, what are you going to pay? We have to figure out how much we're going to pay. So if my original price of the jeans is 40, we just figured we're getting $10 off, we are now going to pay $30 for the pair of jeans. But remember how it said, after they do 25% off, then they're going to do another 10%. So 10% is 10 out of 100, and we're looking for 10% off. So over here is how much off. And the price of the jeans now is not 40. The price of the jeans now is 30. So we only get 10% off the $30. So you go ahead, have our three numbers, so you can multiply across and divide by 100, and you get $3. But that doesn't mean you're going to pay $3, because if we read the labels, it's $3 off. So our jeans were $30. We're getting $3 off, so now we're going to pay $27. So it's $27 for those jeans if you got a 25% discount, then a 10% discount. And the question is that the same as a 35% discount? So we're going to go ahead and figure out what a 35% discount would be. So right here, we're going to go 35 out of 100, and that's 35% off. So over here is how much off. And the original pair of jeans, when we first buy them, is 40 bucks. So we're going to go ahead, we have our three numbers. We're going to multiply across and divide. So you're going to take 40 times 35 and divide by 100, and you're going to get $14 off. So originally the price was 40 bucks. If you do 35%, you'd get $14 off, and that price then would be $26. And if you remember on the previous page, that price was not $26. So taking 25% off, then 10% off is not the same as just adding it up and saying 35% off. I remember when I was younger, I would see a 50% off sale and then another 50% off the lowest price. And I thought 50 and 50 is 100, meaning it's free. But it's 50% off and then another 50% off the sale price, which is a very different thing. Okay. Next, it says a Sony portable DVD player has a regular price of $300 in Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Find the total cost if it's on sale for 40% off and the sales tax is 5%. Okay, when you buy stuff, you're always going to figure out your price. You only pay taxes on what you actually buy. You don't pay taxes on what it's worth. So we always do our discount first. So it's 40% off. So right away, you're going to write 40 over 100, and you're going to label that off. And this, where you don't know how much off it is, but we do know the original price is $300. So you're going to go ahead and you're going to multiply across 40 times 300, divide by 100, and you're going to get $120 off. So you got to be careful, see if that's the answer or not. It's only $120 off. Remember, your original DVD player is $300. You're getting $120 off. So how much do you pay? We would just have to subtract that. And that would be $180. Okay, and so now we have to pay sales tax on that. So our sales tax is 5%, so it's 5 over 100. And that's going to be the tax. So over here's the tax amount. Remember, you pay tax on your bill. And your bill was $180. I believe. Yes. And so you're looking for your tax rate. So you have your three numbers. So you go ahead and you take 180 times 5, divide by 100, and you get $9 in taxes. So you're going to pay $180. You have to pay $9 in taxes. So your total price is going to be $189. Okay, it says dinner at Olive Garden in Madison, Wisconsin costs $45 for your family. Find your total cost if the sales tax is 5% and you leave a 20% tip on the total bill. So first they want you to figure out your tax. So the tax, 5% tax is 5 over 100, and we're going to label it tax. So over here is the tax amount. Your bill, we don't know the tax amount, but we do know the bill is $45, so that goes on the bottom. We have our three numbers, so go ahead and take 45 times 5, divide by 100, and you get $225. That's your tax. So your original bill was $45. You have to pay $225 in tax. You're going to get $47.25 bill. Your waitress, when you tip, always wants you to tip on the entire bill, including your tax, because obviously they make more money that way. So they will always expect that you pay a percent of your total bill. So if you remember, your total bill is $47.25. All right, now it says to find the total cost of the meal, including the 20% tip. So we're going to have 20 over 100, and that's your tip. So over here is going to be your tip amount. And do you remember what your bill was? The bill including tax was $47.25. So that's now your bill that you have to tip on. So you're going to go ahead and multiply across 20 times 47.25, divide by 100, because you're going to get $9.45 tip. So your bill, which would be $47.25, you're going to pay $9.45 in your tip. So then you have to add them up to figure out how much this is all going to cost you. So go ahead and take $47.25 plus $9.45, and you get $56.70. Okay. Question 6 says, a snowboard has a regular price of $200 at Cabela's in Dundee, Missouri, or Michigan, sorry. If the snowboard is on sale with a 20% discount, what's the sale price of the snowboard? And then B says, before 10 o'clock, all snowboards will be discounted an additional 10% off the already discounted price. What will the total cost of the snowboard, including 7% sales tax? So first we're going to answer question A. It says, if the snowboard is on sale with a 20% discount, what's the sale price of the snowboard? So I see it's a 20% off discount. So that's going to go right here. So it's going to be 20 over 100. And that's how much the discount is, which would be how much off you're getting. So over here is how much off. The original price of the snowboard is $200. So that's going to go on the bottom. You're going to go ahead and you're going to multiply across and divide. Multiply the diagonally numbers and divide. And you're going to get $40. But you're not going to pay $40. You're going to get $40 off of the snowboard. And we have to find out what you're going to pay for the snowboard, because the question is saying, what's the total price? So your snowboard's $200, and you're going to get $40 off. And so mathematically, you should know to just subtract them, and you get $160. So that would be how much you're going to pay. $160, have not figured in tax or any other discount. Okay, so now it says to find the price of the snowboard after the additional discount of 10% on the already discounted price. So we have 10% off, so it's 10 over 100, and that's labeled off. So we're going off over here. And the price of the snowboard is not $200 anymore. Remember, we took a discount. We got $160 is what we were going to pay for it. So we get 10% off of that reduced price. So you can go ahead and you can multiply across. And multiply 160 times 10 and divide by 100, and you're going to get $16 off. But that's not how much we pay for it. Our original price was $160. We're getting $16 off. And so once you subtract that amount, you're going to pay $144. However, we have to pay that lovely thing called tax. So our tax rate is 7%. So you're going to go 7 over 100, and that's the tax rate. And so over here is the tax amount. And the original amount that you pay tax on is what you're actually paying for it. So remember up here, you were going to pay $144 for that snowboard. So that's what's on the bottom. You can go ahead, you can multiply across and divide, and you get 144 times 7, and divide by 100, and you get 10.08. But the question doesn't ask for the tax, it asks for the total cost. So if you paid $144 for your snowboard, you also paid $10.08 in tax, you would have to add those up. So you would get 154.08 to get a total bill. Remember, your tax is always figured after your discounts.